Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just digging through this tote bag that is available now on Twinnuendo.com. Stay on that grind. Listen, I'm Editor Grant, and you can tell I'm Editor Grant because I have a sweater on and it has patches. But I wanted to stop in real quick before this episode begins just to explain why our episode's a little short this week. It's just a little short. As you know, Election Day is approaching quickly, and so Drew's traveling right now because he's doing everything he can to secure those votes for Donald Trump. And so because of that, he was not in the best place to record our episode this week. As you'll see in just a second, he's surrounded by Nutcrackers, and that is not a euphemism. It took us a lot to record this episode, and it was a technical nightmare. Now, we got an episode, a 30-minute episode, but still, we got it because we love you. So because of all the technical difficulties we had, the best we could get out this week was a 30-minute episode. But if you're going, Grant, you betrayed me. How could you? Stop being so dramatic, because I haven't. I will never leave you. Drew did. I don't even know where he is. But who's here? The straight one. Wink. What we have this week is a lot of extra content. So on Wednesday, if you are an Olsen tier patron, thank you. We're going to have a live stream, a Halloween Fall Fest live stream that we're really excited about. It's going to be 2 o'clock Pacific or 5 o'clock Eastern if you're nasty. And that's PM, by the way. Don't be weird. We're not doing a 5 a.m. thing. What are you doing? Why would you even ask that? Also, that evening, Drew and I are recording a guest spot on another podcast called Growing Up Christian. We're really excited to be a part of. I don't know when that's going to drop. I assume it's going to be quick. So that's extra content. Wink. Plus, I'm going to release a very special Grant's Bible Corner. And normally that is a Patreon bonus that we put out. But this one's a really special story that I wanted to share with you. And I am going to release it for everybody. So that's coming out this week as well. So there's extra content coming. So again, sorry for the short one this week, but it's going to be great, or on par. It's going to be on par with other ones we've done. It's not going to be the best. It'll be fine. Just watch it. What do you got to lose? It's 30 minutes. What else are you going to do? Enjoy the episode. Wink.
Hi, I'm Drew, a drag queen living in LA with my husband Curtis, my dog JB, and right now, no mother-in-law.
Oh, you love your mother-in-law.
I do love my
I'm
mother-in-law.
Grant. I am also mother-in-law-less where I live in Orlando, Florida. Orlando! With my wife, 4 kids, 2 dogs, and a gun.
Yeah, we do talk about that in this episode, so guard your ears.
I asked Drew, I want to learn more about drag queens, and so I asked him, hey Drew, what are some common misconceptions about drag queens?
And I tell him that there are none. Everything everyone says is right. Enjoy. Hi, welcome to Twinnuendo. I'm Drew, and I'm gay.
And I'm Grant, and I'm not. For now. Drew, you are not at your home. That looks different. I like all the Nutcrackers behind you, but what else?
Actually,
where are you?
I'm so happy you brought this up. We moved.
We moved. Where'd you move?
Well, I can't give out our exact address because of the paparazzi and the tax man, but I just needed more room for my Nutcrackers. You know, I've been collecting Nutcrackers for a long time now.
What's funny is, this is a great bit, but you did collect Nutcrackers as a child.
Okay.
For a long time.
But y'all, no, yes, but no, and also, such as, you know when you're a kid and your mom wants to just have something to go to. Like, she has to get you a present. She doesn't know what to get you. She just wants to know, oh, well, you like this thing. So, yes, as a kid, I did enjoy a Nutcracker. I thought it was funny. It looked like a little man. Nut is in the name. That's so funny. Because I said I liked it, it became my thing, you know? And so every Christmas season, I would at least, and I would get them on Christmas Day, which is so fucked up. I would get like 3 or 4 new Nutcrackers.
Time to pack them up.
Let's
put them away now.
To pack them up. Yeah. Like, these are for you next year, which I don't know if you've ever given a kid a present that they have to wait a year to use, but it's abuse.
That's not...
And I will be talking to my lawyer.
That's not as bad as what they did to Amanda when they gave her the teacher or the school Barbie. Do you remember that?
Oh, that was sad.
So
yeah, that was
so
really
there
sad.
was a Barbie that came out where she was like a high schooler or a college student or something. She talked, and one of the phrases was, math class is tough. And so there was this huge freak out, like, oh, you're saying women can't do math? And so they recalled them.
Which, yes, that's what we're saying.
Obviously. They recalled them, and my mom immediately took it away from her. She had it a day. I don't know. Not long. My mom took it away from her because she thought it'd be worth something someday, because it was the banned Barbie doll. And it may be, but she didn't keep it. I don't know where it is.
We have no idea where it is. And what was worse was my mom, our mom even, she had this really long L-shaped walk-in closet, and she had these built-in shelves on one wall at that first side. She put the Barbie on a Barbie stand just slightly out of reach.
Yeah.
If you went into the closet, you could see her. You saw the Barbie. You knew it was there, but you couldn't.
Do you
reach
remember
it.
when she put it
That
in
was
there?
so mean.
Do you remember when she put it in there?
Huh?
She made us all come in there, and then she said, reach as high as you can. And then she just put it a shelf higher. I was like, why are we doing this? And then she just put it right there.
See, I have to be honest. That's pretty good. I don't
that's
care who you
pretty
are.
good.
That's good.
But she never
That's good.
moved the guns up. She left them down where we could get to them in case we needed to defend ourselves.
The only thing that's going to save someone from a bad guy with a gun
Is a
an
Barbie
8-year-old
doll
with a gun.
Yep, that too.
Yeah.
Is an 8-year-old with a gun. Have you ever thought about how weird it is
No,
that
no.
Dad in his politics is so right wing and he's all about the Second Amendment, but he doesn't own a gun?
And has never wanted to until he became a Trumper. Like he had
But he
never
still doesn't want to.
ever wanted.
He doesn't want to own a gun. He doesn't fire
'cause
it.
it's too heavy.
But
he's frail.
He is all about the NRA. Like, loves it. Like, had a sticker at one point. I don't know if it was in the garage or whatever. And I was like, you don't even own a gun.
It's way easier to put an NRA sticker on the back of your car instead of wearing that KKK hood. It's just hard to see. It's not good for reversing.
I thought you were going to say it's way easier to get an NRA sticker than it is to get a gun. And I was going to politely disagree with you.
Oh, no.
You can get one.
I'm literally going to get one after this. I think it's fun.
So I have a gun. I'm a gun owner, just like Kamala and old Walls.
What?
Yeah, it's what Max wanted for his birthday. There's a gun range like right down the street from us, and so we go shoot like, I don't know.
What kind of gun?
It's a Walther PPK. It's a James Bond gun.
You bought your child a gun?
Well, I mean, it's my gun, but yes, I take him to the gun range and we shoot it. It's a lot of fun.
No, you know what's great?
What's that?
Is there are moments where I am forced to remember that you do live in Florida. And
hey,
you could be as progressive and liberal as you want. But if you live in Florida, you're going to buy your child a gun.
Kamala has a gun?
You're going to buy your child a gun.
Kamala has a gun?
No, I'm not against
Walz has
guns. I'm not against guns. I'm against children having guns.
Well, he doesn't have
and not
it.
Just a me
it's
thing.
in my name.
And not
it's
just a me
locked
thing.
up in my room. He doesn't have.
Okay, locked how?
He doesn't have.
Locked
it's in a
how?
lockbox.
I need to know this.
It's in a lockbox, a gun box.
Locked how? With a key? With the thumb? What?
With a code. With a code that he doesn't know.
Grant, do you remember how sneaky we were? Kids are sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
You can never let him know.
No,
that
here's
code,
the thing.
But you can let me know.
Here's the thing.
Right now.
Here's the thing.
If you'll just say it now.
No, here's the thing about that code. I thought about that, and I thought
0001.
he would know that I thought about that. So I just made it his birthday, because surely he's going to be like, there's no way he'd make it my birthday. He wouldn't even try
That's
it.
so smart.
Yeah. And I even, the box I put, I just wrote on it, Happy Birthday, Max, as like a little like wink to me, because he won't get it.
He'll be like, this is too obvious. It's too
he
obvious.
just doesn't get it. There was a gun show in the area, and Max really wanted to go because he wants to go look at all the guns. So we went. I'd never been to one before. They knew who they were selling to. It was Trump stuff everywhere, which my boys thought was hilarious. Jude actually was concerned because our car has a Madam President sticker on it. And he said, can we leave our car here? Like, is it going to be safe? And I was like,
good point.
Yeah, but I also think that they would assume that we had a gun. Every time you go in a building, the first thing they ask you is, do you have a gun on you? And I was like, no, we're at the place where you get them. I didn't bring one. But sure enough, so many patriots showed up with all their guns. And it's a wild place. It's very fun. It's like a nicer version of People of Walmart. What I mean is I think People of Walmart has a cruelty to it that I don't enjoy because they're just people trying to live their lives.
I agree.
But
I
this
agree.
one, a lot of these people are obnoxiously crazy, like tons of like doomsday preppers, and they think that like they had all these signs up that Kamala is going to take your guns, so like buy as many as you can because she wants to take them.
Sure.
And so that
give her more to take.
That makes me feel better about making fun of them because like they're not great people, I don't think. But it was wild. It was a wild place. It was super fun. Just the kids thought it was very funny, and yeah, it was great. But if you ask my kids about it, we went to the gun range the other night and shot the little gun. Max asked me in the car. He said, "You know, this is a lot of fun." I said, "You're right." And he said, would you really give up your guns?" Because I talked to him about Australia, what Australia did after their mass shooting. What was that, 96? Was that when it happened? Something like that. And I said, I don't know why we don't do that. We have mass shootings like every day. And he said, so would you really give up your gun? And I said, yes, son. This is a lot of fun, but people are dying. So if to get people to stop dying, we don't have this anymore. Yeah, man. I said, Max, if we like to go to the movies, if from now on they said all movie theaters are closed because people keep dying in them, would you understand? Would you protest? He's like, no, I would never go see a movie again. I was like, that's my point. It's like, yeah, it's fun, but I'll gladly give it up. Gladly. Bleeding heart liberal.
Okay, now you're sounding liberal again.
Bleeding heart
I got nervous
liberal.
for a second there.
No, it's a lot of fun.
Well, if you can shut the fuck up just for a second. So I'm in Philadelphia. Hi, everyone. It's me. I'm in Philadelphia. I don't know if you know this. I haven't said a word of it, but my mother-in-law was with us for a month. And I haven't mentioned her at all. And I'm so sorry to everyone for not bringing her up every episode. We flew back with her to Philadelphia. And so I'm sitting in the piano / Nutcracker / sunroom. Money.
That is money. I only have a Nutcracker.
I married Curtis for the piano.
Yeah.
It's the only reason. Yeah,
he's got a pretty great piano.
That clock.
Huh?
We came back with her, and then I don't know if you know this, Grant, because we're from the South, and
I did know that.
I need people to
we were
understand.
from the South.
The United States is huge. We know the southern states. We know that.
I know them real.
If you gave
real
us a
good.
map,
Southeast.
I know it's
I
so
know all
good.
the Southeast.
Northeast, New England, that's all made up. None of those states are real.
It's actually one state.
It's all one big state.
It's one state.
They're lying. I have no idea what any of that is. I don't know where anything is, how it's connected. We came here, and Philadelphia is very close to New York City, and which is an insane thing to say out loud.
Spreading the news.
I still can't put it together in a map. I saw Newark, which is New Jersey,
today.
completely different state.
Right.
We did all of that in like 2 hours, which is insane to me. Anyway, but we went to New York last night to see Oh Mary, starring Escola.
Escola.
And
so you just bought a ticket.
I have,
You just said, hey, I'm in town. I'm going to go buy a ticket and I'm going to go see this show. I don't even know who Escola is, right? Like that's what you were saying?
Yeah.
You're just like, this looks like a good show.
well, I'm a huge Mary Todd Lincoln
Always
fan.
have been.
I love her
Always
work. Always
have
have been.
been.
Always will be. It's very important to be mental health, you know? Sorry.
Icon.
Mentally ill.
She's an icon.
Okay, let me give you my backstory on Cole Escola. I've been a big fan of Cole for like over 20 years. I do have a couple stories that I don't think I'm going to tell on this podcast just out of privacy for Cole Escola. But Grant, we have some Mississippi College ties.
With
sexual ties.
With Escola?
With Cole.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, we'll take this offline.
One of your old brothers from your men's club. Anyway, no, but Cole's just wonderful and so funny, and I love them so much. So a couple years ago, they found IMHO's like reels on Instagram and on TikTok, and so I gotta be honest, I geek out. They like everything we do. Like everything we post, they will always like it, and I'm waiting for the Cole Escola like. And I just
Yeah, you text me every time.
I don't know.
It's weird. I didn't even know who that was.
I get so excited.
Yeah.
I think too, just we're the same age. We come from the same time frame of being gay. Okay. And I feel a kindred spirit, and I'm just so proud of them. Anyway,
Cole's
so
funnier than you. Then
messaged
you're not
them.
the same.
Yes, 100%.
Like a lot
Yes,
funnier.
but I'm taller.
true,
You can learn to be funnier, but you can't learn to be taller.
You have the evidence of that
You
now.
bitch.
You sent me a photo.
I do. So, shut up, Grant. So, You ready? So we go to New York, and I message Cole that we're going to be there. And Cole puts us on the list to come backstage. So I was thinking, like, what would be kind of funny to get Cole as like a little present, because they love IMHO and because Alexis couldn't be there because I didn't invite her. I bought an I Heart New York shirt off the side of the street. We went to a Starbucks, and then I drew with a Sharpie MHO in the heart. So it says IMHO. And then I just crossed out the NY with the Sharpie. I was so excited to give them that. Like, I was like, this is going to be so funny. I'm going to set it up like, this is so meaningful. Like, we blah, blah, blah.
I don't like the way you're setting this up.
Well,
it sounds like it's going to take
I
a
know.
turn.
It takes a slight turn, but not for the worse, just for the awkward. So John Waters was there. The only other time I've seen John Waters in real life, he was honking at me because I was in the way of his car. He was trying to drive down a walkable street, and he was mad. And so that's my only interaction with John Waters. So we go backstage. It's very small, and it's like, I don't know, like 10 people, one of them being fucking John Waters. Right. And I'm sure he's lovely. But if you watch him in interviews, he's just a very particular, sassy gay man. Mm-hmm. And I find that particular breed of gay man, kind of because I identify with it, scary. And
interesting.
So
you're intimidated.
And he's our shower curtain. And he's our shower curtain. Like, our shower curtain's standing right there. That's weird. We are backstage. Cole comes in. Cole talks to, like, the first person that's kind of standing there. We're all kind of, like, everyone's waiting for their turn kind of thing. And my thought is, John Waters is here. They're going to want to talk to John Waters for a while. So let me just do my thing, and I can get the fuck out, you know?
Oh, no.
So they say hi to one person. They turn to John Waters, and they start talking to John Waters. And then they turn around, and they see me, and they were like, oh, hi. And, you know, we did the hug thing or whatever.
How did that feel? How did the oh, hi. How did the recognition feel?
How do you think it felt? How do you think it
I
felt?
think you came. I think you ruined your pants.
Oh my God. I love that you thought I was wearing good pants. It was just really funny. And we all, I think, just got really nervous in that moment, because it was just like, we were in such a small space, and John Waters is watching all of this happen.
Filming it secretly.
And Diane couldn't remember the word mother-in-law. She was like, I'm here. And I was like, mother-in-law. And then she called Kate, her daughter, her sister. And but I'm feeling the exact same way, right? So I do my whole spiel, and I give Cole the Starbucks bag that I had written IMHO on, and then took the shirt out or whatever. I was feeling good about it until
so nervous.
They take the shirt out. Nervous. And they have, like, they're looking at the shirt. John Waters leans over and kind of whispered, what's that? I did the thing that you do when you don't have confidence. And I was like, oh, it's a dumb little internet show. We do. It's just a joke. But Cole, of course, was like, lovely. And I said, can we take a picture? I want to make Alexis jealous.
What did John do when you said that? When you were like, oh, it's just so lit. Did he went back into the shadows? Did he just go?
He just went.
He just like creeped back away.
He just went, he goes, you know, whatever. I mean, he was sweet. Sure. Like, I heard when he said hi to Cole, like, he said, oh my God, that was brilliant. And I'm so late to this. Like, everyone's all seen this and they are raving about it. I can't believe I'm so late. So, like, it's not like he was there with a gun. He wasn't Max.
He might have.
But anyway, so
John Waters.
I asked to take a picture, and I was like, can we take a picture? I want to make Alexis jealous. And they go, oh yeah, let's make her cry. And so we took a quick picture, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to let you talk to John Waters. Bye. And we just, like, ran out. Like, I was so uncomfortable. Just with, like, I just didn't want John Waters there. I just was so, there's one point in your life where you don't want John Waters in the room. And that was that point for me.
I know that you really were excited to share this story, and that's why I let you go first. Because I have a story too, but I don't know how to say it. John Waters listens to the podcast. Yep. He sent me. He joined the Patreon.
I knew it.
At the $3 level, which I thought, you're doing a little bit better than that.
The Sprouse level?
You're doing a little bit better than that, aren't you?
John Waters.
But I'm sorry to break that to you. I love that John Waters is now a part of your story. So when you handed the shirt to them, was it a loft? Was it Love It? This is Lovely.
Yes.
I want to know everything. What was it?
I think it was a loft. I have to be honest with you.
Please do.
I was looking at John Waters. I was so dialed into John Waters looking at the shirt that I did not look at Cole. So I don't know what Cole's reaction was. However, this morning I woke up to a DM from Cole that said they were so excited to meet me and they're a huge fan and they loved their shirt. So I'm taking that as a win. It's a win. And then I wrote back like, if you're ever in LA, let's go eat chip and dip or something. Overall, it was a successful night.
I don't have a better story than that. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. You live in Orlando. Oh my God, let me tell you this other story.
Okay.
The day before that, we went to Longwood Gardens,
Okay.
which is kind of like a Biltmore Estates sort of thing, in that it was like an old, huge house and it has 1,500 acres of curated gardens.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, and I have to be honest with you, it's gorgeous. Like, I wasn't that like, I've never been a gardens person, but now that I've been with my mother-in-law so much, she knows so much, it's just so much fun to go. And we end up like sitting behind for this like water show. We ended up sitting behind this couple. They were retiring and they were from Long Island and they were looking for a new place to live. And I said, well, what's like your dream place? And she was like, honestly, Orlando. And I was like, what?
Like the Book of Mormon?
And she's
Orlando.
like, yes,
I
yes.
love
She's
you.
like, but my dream is to work at it's a Small World ride in Orlando.
Dude,
But we like to hike.
That-
so we can't do that.
that song plays nonstop. Like, I don't know if she knows
know.
what she's saying.
But it was really fun
That's
because
nuts.
Curtis and his mom were still in the restaurant. I went out to like get snacks and get
Yeah.
ready for the water show. So I'm chatting with them and we ended up talking a lot. And I say that we used to live in Chicago and they're like, oh my God, we love Chicago Fire. And I was like, oh my God, Curtis played Ritter's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, we didn't get a good enough look at him last time. Okay, I'm going to have to look at him next time. She's like, that's so exciting.
I have to look.
It was fun.
I have to
It was
drink
really,
him
really
in
cute.
with my eyes.
Okay, sorry. I'm done with my fun, exciting life. Let's get to your boring topic.
No, it's a good transition. I don't know celebrities like you know celebrities, but there is somebody who listens to the show, watches the show. You've already spoken to them before because they're an IMHO fan as well. I just recently found them through our Instagram.
John Travolta.
John Travolta. Yep. John Travolta.
Is he dead? No.
No.
Is he? No.
He could be.
Is
he could
he?
be right now. He's not. No, Drew, he's not. He's still alive. He got all the Thetans out. He'll live forever. There's a guy that you've already spoken to, Patrick Prickett. He's an artist. Yeah, you already know all this. I know you already follow him. But
Yeah, I love
for everyone
Patrick.
listening, he does, if you know the show Righteous Gemstones, which is near and dear to my heart. I've rewatched
the
it a
best.
million times. Judy's the best. She's the best character. I'm going to move to Hawaii, wax my pussy,
By
and
far.
surf. Why do you got to wax your
Yeah.
pussy? So I can surf faster, Jesse. Great show. So all of the art that are hanging on the walls, like in the houses and stuff like that, he did them.
Oh my God.
I know. I couldn't believe it. He lives in Charleston where they film. So he was like,
I knew
if you
that.
ever want to come visit, I'll take you on a tour of the set. So I definitely want to do that. He showed me his art he did of you, that he did Darby. He did like a painting of Darby. You don't remember?
Have I seen it?
He says he showed it to
Have
you.
I seen it?
It's incredible.
Oh, then I loved it.
It's absolutely incredible. You don't remember for real?
No, I remember. Yeah, I'm sure I remember it. There's no good way to say this. A lot of people draw me. It's just, there's a lot of fan art. So I'm just trying to remember which one it is.
It's an incredible
That's all I'm saying.
painting. You're in a blonde wig.
Nice. Love that.
And anyway, it's awesome. What he told me was that people try to buy it, and he won't sell it. He's keeping it. The one of you, yeah. Which I told him.
Oh, because it makes him come.
Well, I was gonna tell him that's what like Darby does. Is like she gets into your life,
people
and it's
come.
hard to get her out. And so he
Oh, sure.
responded herpes, and I was like, yes, Darby is the herpes of people. You get it because you're having fun, but then there's consequences. So anyway,
Yeah,
he
that's a good way
is
to do
phenomenal, and he does commissions. And I asked him about replacing this Target hotel art that I have behind me with like a commission piece or whatever. So Drew, I think I want to get him to do a portrait of us, but in the style of Righteous Gemstones, like white suit.
Oh.
I could be praying
Yeah.
hands. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah,
And
that's
it could be right
gorgeous.
here, so everyone could enjoy it every episode. Anyway, I'm really excited. I wanted to plug him. If you go on Instagram, Patrick_Prickett_art. He's great.
Thank you, Patrick.
He's great.
There's a few people, but Patrick, I think, was one of the first people that like made. No, I'm just gonna sound like an asshole. I was gonna say that made art that was like art. Like, you know, some people just draw me on a napkin.
Yeah.
It's really exciting.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. You're not coming off great here.
No, I know. It's really exciting though.
So
thank you, Patrick. I love you.
yeah, he's really amazing.
You like me better than Grant, don't you?
Not until he paints me.
better than Grant,
So
don't you?
what I wanted to ask you about today, what I thought would be an interesting topic, misconceptions people have. Because I was thinking about you and I come from different worlds.
Then where you come from?
LGBTQIA, drag queen,
Plus.
Chicago,
Plus.
LA.
Minus.
I come from
Plus.
heaven.
You come from what I would describe as hell for the LGBTQ plus community.
It might be that. I think there's a lot of misconceptions people have about drag queens, maybe even queer people in general, that might be interesting to talk about. So I want to know from you, let's start with drag queens. What are the common misconceptions people have about drag?
I got to be honest with you, none. Everything I see in the news is correct.
Okay.
And
So you are coming
yeah.
for our children. You're coming after our kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're going to the place
absolutely.
all kids go, libraries. They love libraries. My kids every day.
Something that...
Dad, are we going to the library?
When you said that was the topic, the first thing I thought about was like how pissed I am that I even have to mention it, because obviously the most vocal misconception is this weird right-wing talking point that we're groomers or whatever the fuck. No one wants your fucking kids. Keep your stupid fucking kids. Also, the thing that I find so strange, I grew up in an environment where I was taught to hate femininity in men and to hate gay people. And I became a drag queen. So clearly it's not it's not a training thing. It's not that, well, they're exposed to it, that's why. I wasn't exposed to it. I was exposed to disgusting, kill yourself.
Yeah.
But it's all made up anyway, so I don't even want to give it more time than that. I will say that, well, kind of in the same vein, the thing that I was most self-conscious about for most of my life until probably into my 30s was how feminine I am.
That's the thing I'm most uncomfortable about you as well.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And I don't know. I had this thought of, I'll go to this Baptist college and God will change me. Well, oops, he didn't change me, but I can at least be like more masculine. Mm-hmm. So it's easier to be gay around my family.
Yeah. Remember you used to puff your chest out a lot, which I thought was weird.
Where's the pussy?
That was what you did. Every room.
Where's the pussy? Where's the pussy? I ran from that. I remember being very vocal, and I'm sure if I ever get access to my Facebook again and I can go back in time, I'm sure I wrote Facebook status updates of like, yeah, I'm gay, but I'm not a drag queen. Drag queens don't represent gay people. Like, I remember saying that.
Wow.
I was just so fearful of it.
Yeah.
And when I lived in Louisville, so this was like right after college, I moved to Louisville and I went to a gay bar, which we never did. Again, it was like I'm not part of gay culture. Like, there was like a karaoke night and the guy I was dating was an alcoholic and no, I'm just kidding. Sort of.
Hey, thanks for listening, guy, by the way. Thank you for listening.
There's no way he does.
Thanks.
But we go
he didn't have ears.
Oh yeah, did I not tell you about that? They grew back.
His ears grew back? We have been praying for him for so long.
I think it's because someone dug up the old ones. So we go to this karaoke night at this gay bar and I sing Maybe This Time from Cabaret in the original key. And the drag queen that was hosting, and this is like right at the start-ish of RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't know if it had or I think it was like the first season, but it was on Logo. Who has Logo?
Right.
When I got off stage, the drag queen was like, oh my God, you could do this. Like, you could be a live singing drag queen. Like, that's, at that point in time, like, that's so, like, no one had ever heard of that. Like, oh my God. Yeah. I remember overdoing it with my ex. I remember being like, oh my, can you believe she said that? Isn't that so fucked up? Like, I was
You were
so
like, no, that's not for me.
offended.
Oh.
Yeah. And
That's
then
just saying.
when I did drag for the first time, which I only did because I was drunk on a roof, and I said, sure, I'll do it.
We've all been there.
I had like it was something that a lot of people did back then. It was called no tag drag. So whenever I'm in drag, you cannot tag me. Like, you can post the pictures on Facebook, but you can't tag me because my family is friends with me or
Is
whatever.
that still a thing? No tag
And-
drag, is that still a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I can post pictures of me, but like, don't tag me without my permission. No, not at all.
Not for
But
you.
that
I
was-
don't mean for you. I mean, are there younger drag queens out there who are experiencing the same thing?
I would guess no. Drag is so main
Yeah,
culture
yeah.
now. I would guess no.
That's wild.
It took me a long time to let go of that shame to be able to finally do it. Then when I started doing drag, the thing that I fell in love with was all of the things I hated about myself for so long were celebrated. I was feminine. I could sing like a girl. I was skinny. Like it.
You couldn't throw a ball.
All of the things that I
all
got.
that stuff.
I never threw
Couldn't throw a
balls,
ball.
you know, and drag queens famously are bad at it.
Real
So
bad.
it's just I just kind of fell in love with the fact that I could like that part of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a big misconception, I know a lot of people are confused about, and by people, I mean elders and such as, now that trans people, rightfully so, are more visible, I think people get that confused, drag and
100%,
trans,
yep.
especially because some trans women do drag, and that's just like, well, what the fuck? I know that I'm just preaching to the choir on this podcast, but the thing I find myself most commonly speaking to people about, like I get this question from people who aren't big drag fans, is like, no, I'm a cis man, I like being a man, like I don't want to be a woman, I don't feel like I am a woman, I just do it for fun, and I like celebrating the parts of myself that I hated so much, you know, growing up. But there are women who are trans women who want to do drag, but also want to live as a woman. You know, it's just, drag is nothing more than art. I don't do art. It's not the way I do it. I wouldn't say it's art. I would say it's a comedy of errors. Drag has nothing to do with gender identity. Drag has nothing to do with sexuality. Drag is just
Now, Drew,
fun.
what about like drag?
In my
drag
opinion.
existed prior to
forever.
a lot of
It's existed forever.
right. So prior to like a mainstream change in the way we understand gender and identity and all of that, at what point did cisgender women start doing drag? At what point did trans women start doing drag? Like, was there tension there? Has it been a long time? Have they been in it for a long time? And what happened there? I don't know anything about that.
What a good question.
Thanks, man.
Wow, Grant.
Thanks. I'm just reading the one
Ally.
you sent me.
Ally. No, don't. I want you to get credit for that. That was actually really good. Ally.
Ally.
Okay. Trans women are an integral part of modern day drag culture. A lot of drag terminology and a lot of the way we perform comes directly from trans women, specifically Black trans women, because the world is not fair and
What?
it's gross.
Everything works out
Trans
for me. What are
women
you
and-
talking about? What do you mean
I
it's not
know,
fair?
you're gonna love these stories. This is gonna sound like a fairy tale to
Everywhere
you,
I
and
go.
a happy ending to you if you like sad things. Trans women invented the art, and then the modern day art, and then we're just shunned away from it. When Drag Race went mainstream and started airing on MTV and whatever, RuPaul did an interview and said she would never have a trans woman on the show because it's all about changing genders, going from a man to a woman.
Right.
That's what this is all about. And so they have boobs and they have feminine faces and it's not fair and blah, blah, blah. She has since apologized for that. And now they have like 3 trans winners. But it took a long time. It took too long. And it's really embarrassing. On top of that, cis gay men are very misogynistic. And we like to say that we're not. And I used to think I wasn't. Like, I thought, well, all my friends growing up were girls, and how could I be misogynistic? And once we find our safe space, we become men. We become just a group of men. And these women don't have a right to our space. Like, there was a thing for years, and I definitely did it too. There was a thing for years of people calling for a boycott of bachelorette parties and gay bars. Women shouldn't be coming in to play in our, use our bars as a playground
got
and
it.
blah, blah, blah. When really, yeah, have you ever seen a drunk gay guy? That's a bachelorette, babe.
Yeah.
That's a girl.
Yeah.
That's a drunk girl. It took a long time for us to come to terms with that and admit, and still there are a lot of cis gay men that won't, which is gross, but it happens. So for them to get into the drag world, it was even worse. I mean, truly, they
Right.
had to like claw their way into the scene. Drag, it can be anything for anyone. So the fact that we would hold it as a precious cis gay man only art form is so bizarre.
Yeah.
And now, I want to say for the most part, we have moved past that. But older cis gay men, white men usually, they still hold those prejudices. And that sucks.
Yeah.
And I do want to say this because I am making flippant comments in like a jokey way. I know that for some people, their drag is their art and that is valid and you do you. I don't do art. What I do is not art.
Yeah.
That's all. It's funny. He's funny. He's really funny.
It's funny sometimes. So what else, Drew? Give me another misconception. What do you think? What are some other misconceptions? And you can change gears if you want to talk about misconceptions that you think people in general may have about queer people, although I think our audience is primarily queer people. But go for it.
I know, but I feel like our podcast is a really safe space for people to share it with perhaps their more conservative family
Drew,
members.
let me tell you, let me stop you right there. Someone messaged me this week or messaged us, I don't know, and said that the conversation we had last week about trans people, they sent that to their grandparents. And they said that their grandparents like listened to it and it made them like reflect on some like beliefs that they had or whatever. And so this person said like, thank you to you and to me for helping bring them back together with their grandparents. So you're right. People are sharing these conversations with people who would not normally want to listen to these conversations.
Should we share that episode with our grandparents? Do you still have that portal?
Yeah, I was going to say,
heaven?
I don't
Or
know
did
if I have
that
my...
get taken away from you?
I don't really have it. But a
Damn.
new one opened up in the ground. It's real hot. I haven't tried that portal yet.
Oh, Winnie's in that one. Go find Winnie.
What a hard woman.
That's really nice.
What a great episode. Thanks, guys. We're having fun. Thank you guys so much for listening. Again, thank you to our patrons. They're scrolling right now all over the place. I normally like to make them scroll over Drew's face. It's just a little fun thing I do. It's not like homophobia or anything. Why did I say that? I am really glad that you guys stuck around. And remember, please join us on our live stream this Wednesday if you're one of our Olsen tier Patreon supporters. And hopefully we'll see you there. And again, we got extra content coming this week. So have no fear because the straight twin is here. Wink. I don't know where the gay one is. I don't know. I'm gonna go find it.